All righty. Okay, guys, so today's call is, once again, this is a mastermind call. And if this is your first mastermind call here with Carrot, welcome in. And I always give a welcome for new members every week because we have new members coming in every single day. And we have these mastermind calls every single week. So if you are a new member and you're going, what is this mastermind call thing? We have these calls every single week. It's the same time, same place. So 11 o'clock Pacific time every Wednesday we have these mastermind calls, and they last between 60 minutes, sometimes up to 2 hours, depending on how detailed we get and how many questions come in. But the format of these mastermind calls is I usually teach, me or someone on my team teaches something the first 60 minutes, first 45 minutes, and then we take questions after that. So it could be questions on anything. It could be questions on the topic that we talked about. It could be questions on some tech things on how to use your system. It can be questions on, hey, what do I do with this box on my website, or how do I update this in my website? We can dive in and do that stuff on these calls. And basically, guys, these calls are a way that you can connect with me, a way that on a weekly basis you can connect at a really high level with me and the rest of the Carrot team on what's working today, what's new with the system, what's new with Carrot, things like that. One of the things that is brand new actually is finally our Craigslist course. We rolled it out to pre-release last week. So on our mastermind call last Wednesday, we did roll it out in pre-release, which just means that until a certain time, and we actually stopped the pre-release at midnight this last Sunday. But what we're going to do, because we honestly didn't get enough emails out to people, and we got feedback from people about that, and I agree with it. We only sent two emails, one Wednesday and one Saturday about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend that pre-release bonus as well for the Craigslist course that we are putting out. We're actually having a live call with Cindy Dumeyer, who's a Carrot customer who's just crushing it with Craigslist right now. She's done about 30 deals that have been related to her Craigslist leads in the past 6 months alone. And we essentially took her processes, a lot of her ads, exactly how she posts stuff, her strategy, where she posts stuff, why she posts stuff there, and how she's just dominating her market with Craigslist. We've recorded it all, and it's all going to be online in a members area Friday. So we're going to have that up there, and then for everyone in the pre-release, let me shut my office window real quick. All right. Then everyone who got in the pre-release, which I'm going to give you guys a link here at the end of today's mastermind call. If you didn't get a chance, if you didn't get my emails over the weekend, because it was a holiday weekend, I know that messed some people up. So if you didn't get a chance to hop in, I'm going to give you the link today that for the pre-release link to grab the course at the $99. It's not an annual fee. It's not a monthly fee. It's a one-time fee. For future members, we will be making this a $99 a year fee, but you'll get in at the 99 bucks one time. We'd love your feedback, and then you're going to have a live call with me and Cindy tomorrow, actually at 11 a.m. Pacific time as a bonus, and a couple other things that give you extra access to Cindy and myself. So anyway, that's the newest thing with Carrot. We've got some other really cool new things as well, but we'll hold off till the next mastermind call to go over those. So as soon as you have questions, write them down. That way you don't forget them as you're going through. That way, if you hear me say something, this little thing pops in your head and you go, hey, I've got a question on that. A lot of people, they forget it and then they get done at the webinar and then they remember what it was and they shoot us an email about it. So what we're doing is if we get emails or live chats through our chat software during the week that are strategy related questions, so they're not technical questions that Jake on our team can just dive in and answer, but they're strategy related questions. What we do is we save those questions, then I dive into those questions during our Q&A section here in our weekly calls. So even if you do have a strategy question after this call, send it into support. Say, hey, can Trevor answer this question on our next mastermind call? A little bit about me, and I guess one thing before we head on, this guys is a premium feature that you're getting, and you're not paying $1 extra for it. There's a lot of programs out there that charge you $100 or $200 a month for a couple articles or a physical newsletter, and you're getting Carrot, your entire Carrot system at an insane value by itself. And then we're adding in these 4 calls every single month where I dedicate an hour to 2 hours every single week with you answering your questions. I'll answer any question you have. and showing you behind the scenes of how I do things in my own business. We're going to show behind the scenes and how to create extra income streams and things like that. And one cool thing is if you're a member right now, which you are because you're on this call, you're going to be grandfathered in to get these mastermind calls for the life of your account for no extra cost. We're going to be rolling out a new pricing plan here shortly with some extra features, and new customers who join after we roll that out. These mastermind calls are only going to be available to people who are paying, who have a plan that's at least $100 a month or more. But since you're already a member, you're going to be grandfathered in no matter what plan you have, which is really cool. So if you're not familiar with me, a little bit about myself, and then we'll dive into the contents. My name is Trevor Mock, and I'm the founder of InvestorCarrot, but I'm not the only one here. We have an awesome team, and some of you guys have already met some of the people on our team. And Chris Carr, I'm sure he's lurking somewhere in the background listening in here. Aaron McManus is up in the Portland area where we'll be next week. And Jake is here in the office. Jen actually just had a baby. Kyle's flying up from Phoenix. Actually, Kyle's in Oregon. And we have our SEO team here in Oregon as well. And so we've got a great team, a growing team, and we're proud of what we're doing with Carrot, with our mission, which we'll share in a later call. But I'm an investor and entrepreneur. Hit me up on LinkedIn right there. And just to kind of throw in some stats here, because stats are cool. They kind of help qualify that I kind of know what I'm talking about in some of this stuff. I've generated a lot of leads online, a little over 80,000 real estate related leads online in the past 6 years and counting. I've been a passive real estate investor since 2004. So I own some apartments, I own some vacation homes, I own some things like that we rent out for passive income and for the long-term wealth. And I've wholesaled one deal in my life. I'm not a wholesaler, but I know how to generate cash buyer and motivated seller leads really, really well online. And we've built that stuff right into InvestorCarrot. And a little quick trivia: the only deal I've ever wholesaled was actually a mini storage. Um, Quickly turned it for a $7,000 check. It took me about 2 days, and it's a really cool lesson. But that's just not in my wheelhouse. That's just not what I want to focus on, because I'm really passionate about technology and about entrepreneurship and about building tools to help entrepreneurs and real estate investors. So that's what I use in my day-to-day business, my day-to-day income. A lot of people use wholesaling as their day-to-day income, and then I funnel my money into real estate. And like I said, I'm passionate about entrepreneurs and love traveling, mountain biking, hanging out with my beautiful wife and kids. And this is one thing, guys, I'm going to pass this along to you guys, because this is something, it's kind of one of those things where, practice as I preach, not as I do kind of thing. But I read a study last year that talked about how getting outdoors is correlated with happiness and productivity. It sounds really obvious, but in today's technology world, it seems like we're all so tied to technology all the time that we don't really get that break. We don't really get that disconnect from technology. And of course, you guys are on this webinar here watching me, and I bet that half of you on this webinar probably have this window open, behind the screen. You're probably doing something else on the computer. If you are, shut those other windows out and let's just focus in for an hour, because you're investing the time to be here. You might as well get the most out of it. I'm investing the time to be here. I'd really like everyone to implement what I'm teaching, if it's going to work for you. And then you probably have your cell phone off to the side and you're taking text messages and stuff. So where I'm going with this is, we're always so connected. We always have multiple technologies, multiple windows open on our computers and in our cell phones and on Facebook that are really distracting us. And I'd challenge everyone this week to, if you're not getting outdoors enough, if you're not going out and walking, if you're not going out, and if you like running, if you haven't been running or working out, or for me, it's mountain bike riding. I finally got out yesterday. I've been riding my bike, but I hadn't gone for a good solid mountain bike ride this whole year yet. And it's something I love to do. And it's something every time I do it, I feel more energized, I get more work done. There's a camaraderie, of course. I'm happier. So we've set up a weekly mountain bike ride with some of us entrepreneurs here. So for me, that's what's needed. For whatever reason, if it's just up to me to go out and ride or go out and exercise, I don't do it. But if I have other people that are depending on me to be there to show up for the group, then I do it, and I really, really love it. So I challenge everyone here on this call. It has nothing to do with credibility, but I challenge you guys to get out today. Get out this week. Get outside. Go for a walk. Go out for a bike ride. find other people in your area who are like-minded and set up a weekly thing with them. It could be a weekly walk, a weekly run, a weekly, canoe trip, a weekly mountain bike ride, a weekly anything. Just go do something you enjoy, get outside, and let's get productive and increase that happiness. So this calls about credibility. And like I said, we get this question all the time from people, hey, I've never done a deal before, or hey, I've done a few deals, or hey, how do I make my website convert better? And the answer to all that is you need to build up that credibility. And people always have the first initial instinct of, well, how do I do that if I've never done a deal before? Or how do I do that if I've only done a couple deals? Or I'm looking to recruit private lenders. How do I do that if I've never ever worked with a private lender before? What do I tell them? And I'm going to walk you guys through on today's call how to increase your credibility, how to manufacture honest, ethical credibility within your business, whether you've done a deal or not. And the answer to those questions I put out there before, how do you increase conversion on your website? That's one of the benefits of Carrot. We're continually working on increasing conversions on websites. Right now, we've got a handful of tests going on customer sites. One of them, actually, I'm really excited to reveal the results about, is testing those hand-drawn videos versus our default text on our websites. And we're getting some pretty interesting data so far on the sites that we're testing it on. So for those of you who have videos on your websites, or for those of you who have seen all those hand-drawn videos, with the white background on the whiteboard on people's websites, we're testing to see if that stuff actually really does increase conversions on for motivated sellers, for cash buyers, stuff like that. So we're taking care of that side of the conversion process. And of course, you can always do your own split test on your end to increase stuff as well. But one thing that does help big time increase your conversions is making your website more credible, is making it to where when someone Googles something about We Buy Houses Houston, or Sell My House Fast Houston, or whatever it is, and they land on your website, then immediately they feel like you're someone who they want to work with, someone who is credible, someone who they can trust. Because look at this right here, and this I did this Google today, actually. I took this screenshot today, and one of the keyword phrases that does come up in our research every time we're doing the research to find out what motivated sellers are typing in is this phrase, "We buy houses scams." And there's a bunch of other phrases like that, "I buy houses scams," and whatever. So people already have this mindset in their mind that they need to be skeptical about house buyers. Okay, that they need to be skeptical about anything online. And if you're a wholesaler in particular, or a rehabber, you're going to be getting this all the time when you're going to be talking to sellers. They're going to be immediately skeptical, and it's your job to build that credibility and trust. And there's a lot of people on this call who I know personally, I've talked to, or we've talked on email a lot, who I know have a ton of credibility. Sharon's on here, and you can just tell she exudes credibility. She has a great blog where she puts out good, consistent content. She's a blogger over Bigger Pockets. And if someone were to Google Sharon's name, if they're a motivated seller or cash buyer, they're going to find that she's got great content online. She's got a great presence online. She's not hiding behind a website. She's putting herself out there. So they're going to see pretty quickly that she is probably someone that they can trust. I'm gonna show you guys some other examples today. Rob Russell, I'm not sure if you're on this call. You texted me a few minutes ago, man, and awesome. So if you're on this call, I'll get you that stuff right away. But at Rob and Christy, when they're out there doing deals, they have their credibility package that builds a ton of credibility for them. And if you guys want access to Rob's credibility package and his and Christy's process and how they're doing multiple deal, quite a bit of deals, and how she's still a full-time teacher and he's still a mechanic, and they're doing some awesome deals here in Oregon, which isn't the hottest real estate market in the world, but they're doing great. It's because they're able to build that credibility and rapport. If you guys are interested in getting access to his stuff, he did put together a training program with all that in it. It's not cheap, but it could be one of the best investments you make, because it's like cut and paste stuff, guys. It's take this, walk into sellers, modify it a little bit, and it's going to build a ton of credibility for you. Take this script when you're talking to sellers. Here's my marketing. He gives you his marketing. He gives you his process on selling it. His house is fast, all kinds of stuff. But this right here, guys, is what we're all up against. Washington Times in 2011, cover story. They're asking, is it solution the quick cash for homes? Is that a solution or a scam? Zillow, there's a thread on there. We buy houses. It's just another scam! Exclamation point. Um, are those we buy houses for cash scams? And then Yahoo Answers, you see all these really recent ones. April 12th, review of we buy houses is a scam or not. Are companies who can buy your house quickly a scam? So this is what's and this is what's in people's mind. And I know this is what's in a lot of newer investors' minds as they enter the investment world. And I could have found hundreds of different headlines or hundreds of different ratings and stuff like that. I went over one of these a few weeks ago in a mastermind call. But basically, real estate professionals, and in particular real estate agents, but I think I'm pretty confident that does translate over to investors as well. And honestly, there may be less trust for investors because of what the media has said about them over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Because they're always picking that very small minority of people who are doing the wrong thing, who are doing things in an unethical manner. And of course, they sensationalize it because that's what people want to see. But this right here, this is from 2006. So politicians and real estate agents are the least trusted professions. And you look at other ratings and the financial market. So now after the collapse, now the financial market. So Wall Street and real estate agents are the least trusted. And that once again, that does translate over into the investment world. So people are skeptical out there. And this guy right here did not help out the issue with private lenders. So if any of you guys have seen this right here, so Bernie Madoff, he obviously created a huge Ponzi scheme, built billions of dollars out of investors who really felt that he was credible because he had all those things that that looked like he should be credible. He had the big office, he had the track record. He looks like a guy who probably isn't going to scam you. All kinds of stuff. He's smooth. He seems honest. And then he ended up bilking billions of dollars out of people. And this right here did not help out the issue with private lenders at all. And you can see here on the cover of this magazine, it says, "Trust, we had it, he stole it, learning to believe again in a post-Madoff world." So this is all the stuff that we're up against. I'm going to show you guys some ways to get by this. So how do you build credibility and trust in the market in this untrusting world, whether you've done one deal, no deals, or 1,000 deals, okay? Because there's a lot of people that I know who have done hundreds of deals, and you would come across them online or in person, and they wouldn't seem very credible. So even they could ramp up their process more if they became more credible. Here's a quote I found online, and it seems kind of confusing the first time you read it, but it's so true. It says, "Transparency increases the cost of hiding the truth. More efficient interactivity exposes truths that used to be inexpensive to hide." So what this means is back before the internet, guys, it was so much easier for a business, let's say a house buyer. It's so much easier for someone to just put up a "We Buy Houses" sign, um, to not lose trust based on what they had out there, because someone couldn't just go to Google in 1985 and Google this person's name. Okay, they had to look it up in the phone book, or they just saw the "We Buy Houses" sign and they just said, "Hey, I'm just gonna have to give them a call because I have no other option to verify if they're trustworthy or not." But now with the internet, everything's so transparent. We had a customer who'd been with us for a little while. We had an issue with him this week. We quickly Googled him, found out a bunch of information about him about 8 seconds, and we ended up getting things rectified with him yesterday. But guys, information is so easy for people to get a hold of. If you're not doing things the right way, if you're not leveraging social media the way you should, if you are leveraging it, then it's actually working against you. So transparency increases the cost of hiding the truth. So now in this technology age, we have to be putting these things online to be credible. That's why you guys have a website. If you have a legitimate business you're building, people always say, "Hey, well, what's your website? Your business card?" And, "Well, what's your website? It doesn't have your website on here." Or if you're looking to build credibility with a private lender and you talk with them, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to Google now, and they're going to start Googling your name and see if there's anything bad that comes up, or see if a website comes up. And ideally, you have a website up that's ranking well for your name so you can start to control that conversation. And the second part of this, the more efficient interactivity exposes truths that used to be inexpensive to hide. So, same thing right there, guys. That now, if you have a Facebook page, this is a great example. So, one of my consulting clients, a huge company, they do $300 million a year. And when we came on, this is one of the ways that we actually sold the consulting contract, a pretty big retainer, is we started Googling their name and we found that they had two Facebook accounts. One of their Facebook accounts actually popped up number one in Google for the name of their company, but they didn't maintain it. Okay, their other Facebook account is the one that they maintain. This account was, since it was the one that popped up high and they're such a big company, there's going to be a certain percentage of people who are just not happy with the company. It's just the law of averages. And since they were not maintaining that account, there were about 10 different really insanely negative inflammatory comments on their Facebook page, and they didn't know about them. So what are people seeing? People are seeing that they go to Google, they see the Facebook page, and then they see all these negative reviews. They bounce and they think, man, this company is not what I want to work with. So that's what they're talking about with more efficient interactivity. Now a consumer can go onto your Facebook page, immediately hit you with a message, or if you have a Twitter account, immediately tweet out something and tag your company to it. And the entire market can see it now. So how are you leveraging those tools if you are using them the right way? So the internet age, like I said, what we're living in has become even more prolific on how customers choose to use a company or not use a company. So how do you improve credibility on your website? I'm gonna go into some tips. I'm gonna show a Stanford study. I'm gonna show a Stanford study here, guys, that shows 10 ways to improve credibility and trust on a website. And this is after they did thousands and thousands and thousands of tests, case studies, surveys to customers and all kinds of stuff. And they found out what elements on a website actually increase the credibility of it. And of course, we've built in every single element of this into the Carrot system already, but there's things that you can do that I'm going to show you that will help increase your credibility. Okay. And if there's questions coming in, guys, I can't see it because I have the presentation open. I'm going to pop out of here in 5, 10, 15 minutes, something like that. I'll dive into questions as we see them. But for now, we're going to kind of plow through this, and then we'll take Q&A at the end. But so here's the Stanford Web Credibility Research Study, and they have an entire lab at Stanford that's dedicated to this. Okay, you can see it's called the Stanford Persuasive Technology Lab. And in this, they have an ongoing web credibility research study. And with this study, they found 10 elements influencing credibility on a website. And I'm just going to run through them really quickly here. So number one is make it easy to verify the accuracy of the information on your site. And this is just basic stuff, guys. This is the phone number correct? Okay, so is the company actually named this? Is there actually a real person behind this? And there's some ways you can do that. You can put update your about page, tell a little bit about yourself. And I'm going to show some examples of this here. Have a phone number on there so people can call you up and talk to you and verify, of course, that you are who you say you are. And just really make it easy for people to interact with you, basically. Okay, so that's step number one. Step number two, they're shown, element number two, is show that there's a real organization behind your site. And this is one of the biggest mistakes, guys, that I feel that most investors make, especially the newer investors, especially the investors who have under 5 deals under their belt, is for some reason they want to really hide behind a website. I think a lot of it is some stuff I'm going to address here later, that they feel that they're not credible enough to be putting out information about themselves. And I'm going to show you exactly how to flip that on its head and build massive credibility here on this call, whether you've done a deal or not. But one of the biggest things you can do for your credibility and trust, which will increase conversions on your website and get you more leads if you're getting traffic, is show that there's a real person behind the site. So show that you have a personality. Show that it's not just this website with no name behind it. Okay, can you get leads with this ominous presence with personal with no personality behind it and doesn't feel like there's any real organization? Yeah, you can. I know people who are. But if you're able to build your presence on the website, show a picture of you and your team, talk about your history, talk about things you do in the community, things like that. Show that there's a real organization behind the site. Number three is highlight the expertise in your organization. Okay, so you can do this on your about page. You can do this on your content. If you've done 50 deals, awesome. Somewhere in there, say we've done dozens of deals in the Oakmont area. We've helped dozens of sellers in the Oakmont area avoid foreclosure and help them sell their house fast when they couldn't sell it otherwise. And then show some testimonials. Okay, so highlight that expertise on your about page. If you have a lot of experience in real estate, say, hey, I've been a real estate professional for 15 years. I've been involved in 800 transactions. Um, Particularly, we've helped over 50 home sellers in this area avoid foreclosure. We've helped dozens of cash buyers, and we're just really here to help you make sure you're making the right decision in this marketplace in an untrusting world. Okay. If you haven't done a deal, then what you're going to highlight is you're going to highlight your experience or expertise in the world that is helping you provide them a good, honest solution. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys some examples of that here in a bit. So once again, if you haven't done a deal, you're going to highlight, well, I've been an appraiser for 14 years, or um, working under our mentor who's done 100 deals, or just talk about character stuff. Hey, been passionate about real estate and entrepreneurship for the last 10 years, and now we're diving in and using that passion and education to help sellers avoid the problems with properties that they cannot sell. So just show that. If you haven't done a deal, show your passion and education that you've had up to that point. Number four is show that honest and trustworthy people stand behind your site. So once again, show a picture of yourself, show a picture of your team, a couple sentences about you, and not just about, hey, here's my experience, but hey, like I did on this call at the end of my bio page. Basically, I said, here's what I'm passionate about. I love hanging out, and I love hanging out with my wife and my kids. I love mountain biking. I love this. I love that. It's just showing that there's real people standing behind Carrot, and that we're honest and trustworthy people because we're not hiding anything. Okay. Number five is make it easy to contact you. We've already done that with Carrot. You have a contact page. Automatically, your phone number, if you have one, is up there. There's opt-in boxes, stuff like that. So that's already taken care of with Carrot. Design your site so it looks professional or is appropriate for your purpose. And we've done that. We do have some other designs coming out here shortly. Number seven is make your site easy to use and useful. Same thing that's already done on Carrot. Okay, we've made it to where it's as few clicks as possible for your motivated sellers, your cash buyers, your tenants, your private lenders to get to a page that helps them convert as a lead. Okay, it's as few clicks as possible for them to get to information that helps build credibility. And we've really made the site so it's way easy to use. And on every single page, guys, this is something that we've built into the sites that most people don't even recognize. On every single page, we built and structured the content in a way that it gets people to engage in the page. It gets people to stay on the page and click more links rather than leaving. And this is after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of testing, over tens of thousands of visits. We've shown what engages sellers, what engages buyers, and keeps them on a website to convert. So that's already done for you. But if you're looking to build out a bunch more content in your site, connect with us or just learn about this topic some more. So you make sure to make your site easy moving forward. Number eight is update your site's content often. And this is something that I do really believe in this, but also on the flip side of that, I don't want this to be anyone's roadblock from making progress with using the internet to grow your real estate business. Okay, we do have a plan, a new feature and a new plan within Carrot that's coming out here shortly. That basically you'll be able to grab from our 30 new articles a month that we're writing that are optimized for your area for specific keywords as sellers, buyers, tenants are typing in. If you upgrade to that plan, you'll be able to go into your account and go, hey, okay, I'm going to post these 10 articles this month. I'm going to hop into these articles and tweak them up a little bit and publish. And so now your site is having updated content on a very consistent basis, and you're not having to write the content. Okay, but it really is a good idea to update your website often. And this includes Facebook. If you have a Facebook account, guys, I'm going to show you this here in a second. If you have a Facebook page for your business and you haven't made an update to it in the past 3 months, you'd be almost better off just deleting that Facebook page, or just start doing a post a week, a post a day to your Facebook page. Okay. Use restraint with any promotional content. So, our content, the way it's written in Carrot, it's very down to earth. It's very simple. There's not a lot of flashy stuff, but there are a lot of investors out there who use really promotional material, who use really inflammatory and very, very pitchy words. And does it work? It probably does work to a certain degree. But we found that that also loses credibility and trust with the buyer. And of course, without further ado, but avoid errors and that kind of stuff. So that's from Stanford. Now here's a picture of just one of our customers' websites right here, just pointing at some of those elements in action. Cindy buys houses. She's putting her name on here. So for her, that's her brand. That's the way she's connecting with people and showing that there's a real person behind this, and her name is Cindy. Okay, it's not this ominous company name with no person behind it. Then down there in the bottom right, I'll show you a closer picture of this here in a bit. There's a picture of her and her husband with a little bio. Easy phone number people can see right there. People can get to the contact page really easily. There's our company page, um, testimonials, really easy way for them to convert right there. So there's a lot of elements, guys, built into InvestorCarrot to make it easy and really engaging for people and to give you a big jump start in getting credibility and building credibility for your company. But there's some things that you can do to ramp up that credibility even more. And I'm just going to dive into the social media part here first. Then we'll dive into some website stuff. Then I'm going to show you guys, if you've never done a deal before, I'm going to show you exactly some places to get insanely ethical, insanely honest, and real testimonials for you that are going to build your credibility big time. And this is something you can get done in the next 3 days. Okay, so there's no longer an excuse for, well, I haven't done a deal before, so why is a seller going to trust me? Or I haven't done a deal before, so why is a private lender going to trust me? Okay. If you do not implement what I'm going to tell you today, then you should never have that excuse again. Okay. Because that is at your fingertips and you can do this. So, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see from people is they see, people tell them all the time, hey, you need to be on Facebook, you need to be on Twitter because social media is the next biggest thing. And like I mentioned before, with social media comes transparency, and with social media comes it comes a quicker way for our marketplace to interact with us. So if we get a comment on our Carrot page, which we do from time to time, but we really don't market our Facebook page yet. But when we get a comment on there, we need to make sure that we're interacting and engaging with that person on Facebook immediately. Okay, Cindy Dumeyer, she's the gal who actually helped create the Craigslist course that we're rolling out. Like I said, guys, I'll give you the link to the pre-release. We're extending it to tonight at midnight because we're actually having that bonus call tomorrow. So if you haven't got in on it, I'll give you the link and you'll get the access to this really, really kick butt Craigslist course. I'm going to show you what's in it here in a second. But Cindy, this is actually her personal page. Okay, so she's like living, eating, breathing her real estate brand. Okay, this is her personal Facebook page. This is not her business page. So her brand for her is Cindy. Her website's called Cindy Buys Houses. Cindy Sells Houses. They have a different company name, I believe. Yeah, Insured Home Buyers is their company name, but she's really branding it as Cindy Dumeyer, Cindy Buys Houses. So that's why she decided just to make her personal website really, really involved with her business. And you can see right there, it doesn't show the post, but she made a post on May 25th. So there's really updated information on her about thing there. Since this is a personal page, it tells what she does, where she went to high school, stuff like that. And if I'm a seller and I come here from her website, so this is actually the page that I believe is linked to her website or from her website, then people can see that, she's got the friends on here and she's got all kinds of stuff. So this is really, really credible. If you're a seller who found a website, clicked through the Facebook link and bounced over. Here's another one. So Dave, I'm not sure if you're on here or not. Can't see the attendee roster right now, but Dave out of Denver, he's a Carrot customer, and he's in our search engine optimization program actually. And Dave's ranked on page 1 and climbing for We Buy Houses Denver. And he was already close to page 1 or at the bottom of page 1 when he started, just from the base stuff with Carrot. And now we're getting him up higher on page 1 for that term, which I'm really excited about. So anyway, he's chosen to go the other route. So he actually set up a Facebook page for his business, which is awesome as well. And he's chose to make it active. So you can see he's got 128 likes. If you've got a Facebook page and it's got 2 likes on it, that's actually working against you for credibility. Okay, it's actually showing people that they should not work with you because no one else likes your page. So there's some ways to get likes. Number one, I would share your page with your friends and say, hey, we're diving into this real estate world, and I'd really love if you could go and click like on my page to support us. And you might get 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 likes like that. You can, I don't suggest doing this, but some people do it. I've done it in my past. And you can buy likes on pages like Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And you can go buy 100 likes, 100 Facebook likes for $100. And is that something that, are they real likes? No, they're not real people. But for credibility, showing that you have 100 likes versus 0 or 2, that immediately shows a totally different perception to someone landing on your page. And the biggie here, guys, is he's got his information there. So, phone number, address. He's got some pictures, but he's posting really, really consistently. So you can see down there in the bottom left, he made a post yesterday. And actually, you can't see it here, but this post is actually a video. So he's in California. I'm not sure, Dave, if you're in California on vacation or business, but he's in California. And he posted just a quirky little video saying, hey, I'm in sunny California, got the palm trees behind me. And he's just showing this personal side of things. So that's really awesome. This is how Facebook could work to help build credibility for you. Same thing. So he's using Twitter. Do you have to use Twitter? No, you do not have to use Twitter. Okay. But if you're going to use Twitter, you should use Twitter. Okay. You need to be making updates daily, or at least every couple days. Otherwise, it's going to show that you're stagnant, and it's going to decrease credibility if you're linking to that from your website. And there's some certain things that you can do to get followers. So you can see that Dave here, he's got his picture. He's got a background in Denver. He tells about what they do in his business. He's got 784 followers. And one great way to get followers is if you just follow people in your type of market. So go follow all the real estate agents' Twitter accounts in your area, all the other real estate investors' Twitter accounts in your area. Follow all the people in real estate that are out of your area, and a lot of times they'll follow you back. Okay, so that's how you get followers good. But you can see right there, I took this screenshot today, and 41 minutes before I took the screenshot, he posted a post up there. Okay, so he's using Twitter in a great way, and Facebook, because he's updating content consistently, which is what Stanford told us is a huge cue with with credibility. So now on the flip side of it, one last thing here. This is another little thing that everyone on this call can do for free, and this does increase credibility. There's been studies shown that web searchers do trust these links in here more than they trust a link, let's say, that's just in the regular search. The trust factor is a little bit more because it does show an address there, and it shows Google reviews. So if you're doing deals, I would highly suggest to also get your sellers, buyers, private lenders to post a review about you on your Google Plus page. But go set up a free Google Plus business listing. If you're not sure how to do this, just go to Google and type, how do I set up a Google Plus business listing? And there's going to be all kinds of free videos up there to show you how to do it. Or if you're a 3 lead per day training program member with Carrot, which that's our training program that walks through all this stuff. It shows you how to do SEO the way we do it, how to do video marketing, how to do this right here, how to do pay-per-click, all kinds of stuff. It's only $100. You can access that through your account page. And if you don't have it yet, go to your account page, scroll down to the bottom, look at the 3 lead per day training. It's only $100. Buy it. And we have an entire module on how to do this and how to optimize your listing so it shows up high on Google. Okay, so creating a listing versus optimizing your listing so it shows up high in here are two totally different things. But this right here can definitely boost your credibility. On the flip side of this, how can social media actually backfire on credibility? And this is what I talked about earlier, guys. Is I just did a quick search in the Houston area, and this person locked down the phrase "We Buy Houses Houston" for a Facebook page, and that's a really great name. But the thing is, look how uncredible this is when someone comes here. Okay, they've got a little logo there, they've got a little follow us on Twitter thing, and if their Twitter account's anything like this Facebook account is, it's going to be it's going to be really working against them. So on the left-hand side, it does show an address, but it's a P.O. box, which immediately red flags go up in most people's minds. If your address is a P.O. box, then someone can't Google you and see where you're actually located, okay? yeah, have your mailing stuff go to a PO box, but if at all possible, have a real address if you're going to post an address somewhere. Okay. Then right there on the left side it says suggest a phone number. They set up this page and they haven't even added a phone number to it. So there's no credibility. There's 2 likes. Same thing, no credibility. There's no image in the top, no credibility. There's no post. They have not posted one post. And this page was set up in 2013. This is just totally anti-credibility. So if you have a Facebook page that's like this or similar to this, and you haven't posted in the last 3 months and you haven't finished the stuff out, either delete the Facebook page so you don't have it at all, or start to get active with it. Same thing with Twitter. If you have a Twitter account and you have not been active in the past 3 months on it, delete it and don't use it, or start using it actively. All righty. Here's another way that you can really build trust on your website. So one of the things that you can do is by not focusing on the deal too much. Okay, so one thing that a lot of people do is in their credibility. So whenever they say, "Hey, here's who I am, here's what we do," the only thing that they talk about on their website is all the real estate stuff they've done. Okay, I've done dozens of deals, or this is what we specialize in. We specialize in underperforming homes and blah blah blah. Okay, that's all really cool stuff that needs to be said, but it focuses on the deal too much, not on the person. And people want to work with people. Okay, there's been lots of studies done where people will interact with things that look more personal versus things that look more corporate. Okay, so as an example, kind of going back to Cindy here, Cindy really is doing a good job on building her credibility, and she's done a lot of deals, guys. Her and Tom have done a lot of deals, but read this bio. This is on their homepage. This bio says nothing about any of the deals they've done. It says nothing about their real estate expertise. Okay, and this right here is a perfect kind of roadblock blaster for anyone who's out there saying, I have not done a deal and I'm not sure what I could put on my website to build credibility. Cindy's done a ton of deals, and look at what she's putting on there, because she's building credibility for herself and for her husband as people, that you can trust in them as people. And then if you can trust in them as people, then it's a lot easier step to then trust in them to help you with your real estate problem. Okay, so this says Cindy Buys Houses is a division of Insured Home Buyers LLC and is owned locally by Tom and Cindy Dumire. Cindy has been volunteering in various local organizations for many years, including Easter Seals, Plumstead Christian School 4-H, Quakertown Park, and currently the Real Youth Group and Life Path. Tom owned and operated Dumire Electric, serving the Bucks and Montgomery counties for these years, and now serves for DIG Investor Group in Fort Washington, and blah blah blah. So there was nothing in there, guys, that said, "Hey, we've done a lot of deals," or "Hey, here's what we are experts in." It said, "Here's who we are as people. We give back. We help the community." Now read the rest of our website and learn about what we can do for you. So that's a huge tip right there. And if you don't take anything away from this call, it would be that, is to kind of break through that mindset that credibility has to be tied to results that you've done in your field. Okay, it's not the case. Credibility is tied to you as a person. Okay, so make that flip in your mind. Credibility is tied to you as a person. How credible and honest and trustworthy are you as a person? And how can you show that? And then later in the site, or if you haven't done a deal, then translate your personal credibility into, okay, and we're really passionate about real estate and helping sellers and buyers, and we've really dove into the education a lot this past couple of years, and we really enjoy working with sellers and buyers. After you've built credibility for yourself, and then clarify, okay, here's what we can do for you. This making sense, guys? Here's another example. So Rob Russell on this call, and I'll bounce out of here to questions here in a second, guys. So Rob Russell on this call, him and his wife Christy, they're a husband and wife team as well. They're not afraid to put their picture on there. Okay, so this is on their about page, and they're using the hero section and this is actually the rent to own website. They're using the hero section with a great picture. They're there probably at the closing table. Okay, it's him and his wife with the thumbs up, big smiles on their faces. They're just normal people. They're not posing, leaning up against a brick wall with the cheesy real estate agent grin or whatever. And I had him put him and Christy's name down there on the picture to show that is Rob and Christy. Because before he just had that picture up there, and really to the web visitor, you couldn't tell if that was them or if that was a seller or whatever. So I had him I said, Rob, put your and Chrissy's name on there so they know that that's you guys. That's a really great way to do it too. And then on his logo, in his logo, it's integrity and honesty in real estate. I cut off the rest of his logo at the top. Another thing you guys can do big time to build massive credibility, guys, is exactly what Rob is doing right here in his header. A free 24-hour recorded real estate hotline. Is anyone doing that right now on this call? Does anyone have a free 24-hour recorded message that talks about what you guys do and then collects leads? I'm going to bounce out of here and just check some stuff out. Okay, let me get to it really quickly. Okay. Da-da-da. Cody, I'll answer the Podio question here in a second. The answer to that is yes. So we are putting out a video showing you how to do that. Okay, cool. Cool. Jeanette says, I thought the call was changed to 10 a.m. for the Craigslist program. Whatever the thing currently says is what it is. So I'll go check what time it was. Okay. Yep, there will be a replay of this for sure. Okay. Yeah, so Blake has a call center with PAT Live. Awesome. One thing about that too, guys. I just want to put this out there because a call center versus a 24-hour recorded hotline could be totally different, and it really depends on the call center you're using because they're not all created equal. Some are way better at building rapport and seeming like it's actually someone in your office than others. And I've heard great things about PAT Live and some not great things. One awesome thing about the free 24-hour recorded real estate hotline is when you put that on there, guys, there's been a lot of tests that have shown this, okay? When you put on free 24-hour recorded hotline or recorded message or whatever it is, you're going to get a lot more calls, number one, because psychologically, people, if they know they're going to be calling into a recording, they know that they're not going to have to talk to a person, okay? So if they're kind of on the edge and they're like, I don't want to be sold, and they're still trying to do research and still trying to build that trust in you, oftentimes they won't call your phone number. But if you put in this thing saying free 24-hour recorded real estate hotline, they're still in the education process. They're still in the process of learning about you, learning to trust you. So they're going to call that. Now they call that, and that's you on the phone, that's not an operator. Okay, it's you on the message saying, "Hey, this is Blake with blah 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 investment. I really appreciate you calling this free 24-hour recorded message." And if you're looking to sell your house, and then dive into your message, okay, and at the end of it, you'll have a call to action for them. Say, hey, if you're interested in having us do a free evaluation of the value of your house and making you an offer that is no obligation, there's no hassle, we're just going to make you an offer. And you can say, awesome, I like it, awesome, I don't, and go on our way. Then leave a message after this call, and you'll be amazed how many people will leave the message, okay? So the free 24-hour recorded hotline, guys, builds credibility and lowers resistance and increases the number of calls you're going to get from your website. And the cool thing is, too, oftentimes these services will record the phone numbers that call in, so you can have someone follow up with every one of those calls that don't leave a voicemail. Yep, cool. Okay, so anyway, not a lot of people using that, so that's something right there. And if you guys want to, call that number sometime today and just listen to it and see what Rob's doing. Okay, so like, what do you stand for? And be personal about it. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid to put out there to people who you are and that you're proud to be a real estate investor and you're proud to help sellers who are in a tough situation, you're proud to help buyers who want to get great rental properties. If you're afraid to put that out there, then there's something more deep seated that's holding you back. Okay, there's some sort of a confidence issue in there that you need to take care of. That you need to take care of really fast, because that confidence issue is going to cost you deals. And here's some ways to get testimonials. Okay, so now we're going to kind of shift gears and we're going to dive into Q&A here in a second. But for those of you who actually, let me bounce back here. So let me ask you this question: Who on here feels that you're being held back, or that a roadblock that you have from doing deals or doing more deals or being more confident to do deals and make more offers is your credibility. Um, who on here feels that if you had more credibility or if you had some really great testimonials you can put out there, that you'd be more confident to put yourself out there more to make more offers? Okay, cool. Got a couple people coming through here. Looks like most people are just having no problem with credibility at all. Well, if that's the case, that's awesome. But I know that there's some people on here who are not putting anything through because of that lack of confidence. Okay, so the way that you get past that is you look at what it is that you have at your disposal that is great about you, that is great about what you know, what you do. Okay, one of the first steps to do that is if you are doing deals. Obviously, if you are doing deals, you need to be turning every single client into a testimonial. Okay, every single seller, there should be a written testimonial or a video or both. Every single buyer, you need to have some sort of a testimonial from them. Every single private lender, when you close a private loan, ask them about the experience and have them write it down. And then once you pay off the loan, ask them again and get another testimonial, get a video, get a picture. Okay, and with all your testimonials, get pictures of the person. Okay, because there's been a lot of studies done. We've done a lot of tests that if you just put up a testimonial with text, okay, and it's just text that you typed onto the screen, the credibility of that testimonial is the lowest credibility type testimonial. Okay. You can increase the credibility and effectiveness of the testimonial by adding different things to it. So, one way to do it is you can add their name to it. That increases the credibility, obviously, rather than having no name. Adding a location to it adds a little bit more credibility. Adding their full name to it adds more credibility. You have to get their permission to do that, of course. Adding their picture increases the credibility a ton. Adding a picture of them with you, so shaking their hand, sitting at the closing table in front of their house, in front of the house they just bought from you, increases the credibility of that picture even more because now people can see, hey, it's real. You're standing there with that person. Here's what they said. Okay. Adding a video that says the same thing increases it the most. Okay, so when you're going out there, guys, when you're doing deals, it just needs to be a part of your process. When you close a deal at the closing table, right after all the documents are signed, the next thing you do, and I'm going to show you exactly what to say. The next thing you do is this right here at the closing table. This is all you got to do. Okay, you have a piece of paper with a thing at the top, and it says, "We'd love to hear about your experience working with us." Okay, right? You know, that's it. Okay, put your logo up there or whatever. Have a signature box at the bottom so they can sign it, and with a little release saying, yes, I don't mind if you use this in marketing or whatever. So you have permission to use it. But have that piece of paper, and that's all it is, guys. Tell us about your experience. Has your logo or company name, whatever, at the top, and then a thing to sign at the bottom and date it, and that's it. A bunch of blank space in the middle. And then after you close that deal with them, ask them if they're a seller, say, "Awesome, I'm sure you're relieved that this thing is done now." And you know what? Just so we can improve things, we're always looking to make things better and make it more streamlined and hopefully make it more profitable and better for you as a seller. Um, what was your experience with this? Do you mind me asking? Did you like it? Were there things you liked, things you didn't like? What can we improve? And they'll start telling you this. Okay, they're just gonna start telling you that. So if you're getting a testimonial, this is the best way to do it, guys. Do not take the piece of paper and give it to them first and say, "Hey, would you mind give us a testimonial?" Because it's really hard for someone to think of a testimonial on the spot when they're just given a piece of paper. But if you ask them those questions, they're going to start talking. Okay, they're going to start talking. As they're talking, you might take mental note of what they said, okay, or record it with a video, and of course get their permission, and then say, you know what? Would you mind? I've got this piece of paper here. It's for feedback, and it's also just, so people can tell us their experience. Would you mind writing that down on this piece of paper right there? Writing down exactly what you said there, that you're in a tough situation. You found me on the website, and all the other sites that you checked out were just not credible, not trustworthy, but you gave me a call. We immediately picked up the phone, or we immediately called back, came out there quickly, gave a fair offer. We took care of everything. Write all that down there. Okay. And then that's the best way to get testimonials, guys. Do that with your buyers. Okay. You close a deal with the cash buyer. Same thing. Hey, um, man, we just closed this deal. What can we improve? I'm just really looking to find ways that we can improve so it makes your process easier next time. You can get more deals that are more profitable. What did you like about the process? What did you not like, and what can we improve? And then they're gonna start talking. Same thing. Hey, would you mind if I filmed that? And so we can use that for our marketing and just to show the experience that you've had with us. And most people will say yes. Some will say no, but most will say yes. If they won't do a video and say, hey, well, would you at least write this down and we can use it, just a written testimonial? And a lot of people will say yes to that. If you've never done a deal. So if you have not done a deal, then there's ways that you can get credibility, guys. There's ways that you can leverage your past and in what I call character testimonials. Okay, so who to get great testimonials from? Friends, family. That's a place to start. If your brother or sister or grandma or whatever, they can give a testimonial about your character. Johnny's the hardest working person I've seen. When he got into real estate, I was really proud to see the dedication he's placed in learning real estate. Right there, that's a good character testimonial. You'll have to say, like, according to law, you do have to disclaim if it's family. Insurance agent, your banker, your real estate broker, your title person, your attorney. And these don't have to be your person that you're going to be doing real estate deals with. Okay, it could be an attorney. It could be if you got a divorce, it could be your divorce attorney. It could be your insurance agent for your car insurance. Okay, your CPA, appraiser, property manager. Basically, what we're looking for, guys, is people who have had interactions with you, who have some sort of a past history with you. Just go into your banker, just the business banker at Wells Fargo. If you have some sort of, if that's where you bank, if you have some sort of rapport with them, and say, hey, Sally, I've been banking here for 6 years, and we're starting up this real estate business, and we're really excited about it. And I'd really love it if you'd be able to kind of tell about your experience with us as from the banker and customer perspective. Are we trustworthy? Are we honest? Are we consistent? Are we the type of person that you would do business with? And just have them write it down and get the permission to use it, get their picture, and then use their title at the company. Okay, that increases the credibility of those testimonials big time. So it shouldn't just say Sally, Sally Banker. It should say testimonial, blah, blah, whatever it is. And it should say, Sally Smith, lead banker, Wells Fargo, blah, blah, blah. Okay? That testimonial is really credible there. Same thing, title person. Hey, we closed our house with you a few months ago, and I know we had a chance to talk a lot in this process, and we're actually diving into real estate right now. I'd love to connect with you and just kind of pick your brain about some of the things that you're seeing in the real estate market, some trends. So go to coffee with them, build some rapport, and then say, hey, you know what? Would you actually be able to just kind of write down some thoughts on what it takes to be an honest, incredible investor in this market, and from the types of investors that you've worked with that are really honest and credible, and then have them write that down, and you can put that on your website. You don't have to say that she's talking about you, but she's talking about the type of person that they should work with. Okay. So, guys, there's all kinds of places to get credibility out of your past, and you just need to get over some of these mindsets that are holding you back. Okay, so if you are having this stuff holding you back, what I would do this week, guys, is this week write down who your insurance agent is. If you don't know who a banker is at your bank, go to the banker section, go talk to someone. Okay, and if you have a history of that bank that's longer than a year, they should be able to write something about you. Your CPA, your attorney, the title person, property manager, your coworkers at a job that you have, your boss at a job, the HR person at the job. Get character testimonials for who you are as a person. Okay, Johnny is always on time, always punctual, and he's definitely the type of person that I would trust to work with me if I needed to sell my house. Okay, So ask the person that, let them know that, hey, you're going into real estate and you're really passionate about it. Say, hey, so and if you or a family member needed to sell your house, would you work with me on it? And I'm just a hypothetical. Would I be the type of person you'd work with? And they'd say, heck yeah. And you'd say, well, would you mind if I wrote that down, or would you mind writing that down? Yeah, Johnny's honest and punctual. In the 5 years I've known him and worked with him, and if I or my family needed his services, I would definitely work with him in a heartbeat. So that's really great credibility, guys, rather than having nothing out there. So that kind of concludes that. I'm going to dive into Q&A now. But if you have not jumped in on the Craigslist Post to Profits Craigslist marketing course with Cindy, here's a quick little, this is the pre-release. So we have not even released it yet, guys. So if you go and buy it right now, you're not going to get access to the members area until the end of this week. I'm sorry. Okay, but we're having the live call that's only for people in this pre-release with Cindy and myself tomorrow. Okay, and you're going to get a bonus on seeking out sellers, which is a different way to use Craigslist to seek out sellers. It's kind of in conjunction with stuff I talked about last week. And then once you start to get more traffic, you can call on us for help with split testing on your website to increase your website conversion. So this is for people, you've got to be getting at least 5 leads a week. Okay, 3 to 5 leads a week for you to have enough traffic to make this make sense. But using this system, if you haven't seen any of the stuff that Cindy and I have done on these webinars, she's just a normal customer, guys. She's not a guru out there. She's just a normal customer, loves InvestorCarrot. She's just kicking butt with it and closing lots of deals. But if you haven't seen the stuff that Cindy's put out there, and the credibility behind her and what she's doing, I mean, if I were just to go to Cindy sells houses, if you've already seen this, guys, so this is her actual website, her actual administration panel for her site. You can see this is in the past about 2.5 to 3 months, 578 leads through that, 23 leads through that. Of those leads, 432 immediately further qualified themselves in the step 2 forms built into the website. Go to her CindyBuysHouses.com site. So this is her site, one of her websites for motivated sellers. You can see right there, this is just in the past short time period, all these leads that have came in. A lot of these are from Craigslist, okay? And you can see the types of leads we got here. I mean, just really, really great stuff. 37 here. Let me just look through this step 2 form and just kind of show you really quickly some of the stuff. So do you need to sell your house fast? Yes, yes, yes. These are motivated sellers. Some of those weren't. Yes, 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 yes. And basically in this course, Cindy and I dove on and recorded a 2-hour piece of content, and then we split it up into 8 really digestible, shorter videos. We've taken her ads, and a lot of her ads. We're taking ads from other members that have let us use them that are working really well. We're putting in accompanying videos that help you to go through some of the process of setting up the Craigslist account according to Cindy's strategy easier. We give you some other stuff, and we're going to be updating it over the next 3 months with more things. Okay, so this is all for 99 bucks. Crazy, crazy deal. And you can see what there is on there. If you go, so here's the caveat: you have to be logged into your Carrot account first. Okay, so that's step 1. So step 1 is you need to go to oncarrot.com/account. Okay, log into your Carrot account, and then type in this in your browser, oncarrot.com/P2P. Okay, stands for Posts to Profits. Log into your Carrot account, go to oncarrot.com/P2P. And then, like I said, we're keeping this open until tonight at midnight now because of the holiday. I didn't think about the holiday affecting people not seeing the emails. And because I was out of town, we only got one email out over the weekend. We got it out Saturday morning, didn't send an email out Sunday letting people know that the pre-release was closing down Sunday night. So we're opening it up for anyone who gets in before midnight tonight will get the bonuses of being on the live call with us tomorrow. Cindy's going to walk through some recent deals she's done through Craigslist. She's going to walk through the real numbers, the real deals, how she got them, how she talked with the sellers, how she talked with the buyers, the tenants. We're going to go through in tomorrow's call your first steps to getting your first ads up. Okay, and we're going to give you the first set of ads. And I know, guys, last week I mentioned to you that if you emailed me, I'd get you the ads. Because I was out of town, there was a big delay, and I apologize big time. We're going to be doing this tomorrow now since we're already so close. And there is a baby bird on my windowsill. We're on the second floor. It's on the windowsill without its mom. It's probably going to fall off. One second here. Okay. It apparently knows how to fly. It just flew off. I was concerned it'd fall off there. So anyway, oncarrot.com/P2P, you will get these bonuses. Um, it's not that, so if you were to buy tomorrow, you can still buy this tomorrow, but it's not that you won't be able to buy the course. You can buy it next month and it's still going to be $99. But what we're probably going to be doing within the next month to 3 months is we're going to be making it to where rather than a one-time $99 fee, those people are going to have to pay $99 a year because we are going to be updating this course on a consistent basis. So $99 a year is going to be an insane value still. And that motivates us to keep things active and updated. So if you wait, it could be $99 a year. And if you wait, you won't get those bonuses. And also the price could go up. We're toying with the $199 price point because of the value and the stuff we're going to be adding over the next 2 months into the course. But right now, you can guarantee you get it for $99, one-time fee and these bonuses. So if this is something you want, just dive into it. If you don't feel you got the value within 30 days, and like I said, we're going to be doing the webinar tomorrow. Then we're going to release the training, the core training in the members site the end of this week. Okay, so you can dive in and go through all the videos and get all the resources and the action guides. And then over the next 3 months, we're going to be adding more ads. So right now there's about 15 ads or so, I believe. We're going to be adding more ads. We're going to be adding more headline swipes. We're going to be adding more training from other Carrot members who are doing great with Craigslist. So what you're going to see in the next 2 weeks is probably only about 60 to 70% of what you're going to see in the next 6 months in that. Okay, so oncarrot.com/P2P. I'm going to dive into questions now, guys. So I guess first of all, guys, did the credibility content, did that help you? Did that help you kind of overcome some of your mindset blocks if you had any? Did going into this call, did anyone have any mindset blocks with credibility and with you moving forward on doing deals or doing more deals? And yeah, Paul, the P2P bonus call with Cindy and myself will be recorded. Yes. And everyone who's joined, if you have not got the email about the call, we'll be sending the email out again right after this webinar. So hold tight. Here in about 30 minutes, you'll get an email with the link to join to register for that call. Okay. Yeah. So Blake, I mean, Blake, I'm glad that you stepped out and got out of your comfort zone and said that, because I know that there's a lot of people who are listening to this who do have a lack of confidence when it comes to their credibility in the marketplace. Okay, there are a lot of people who credibility and that lack of confidence is holding them up from doing better, from being more prosperous in life, not just in real estate but in life. Because if the lack of confidence and lack of credibility is hampering results and progress in real estate, what else is it hampering in life? And I'm only saying this, guys, because I've gone through it. All of us go through it. Okay. Every time we're looking at upping our game, if we're really upping our game and doing something bigger than what we're doing now, it should take us out of our comfort zone. And if you're not out of your comfort zone most of the time, then you're too comfortable. And when people are too comfortable, it's not a good thing. I always kind of like to use the metaphor of comfort with a couch, right? So let's say you get this big comfy recliner, and comfort feels great for a short amount of time. Okay, comfort is something that we all love deep down. We want to be comfortable. We yearn to feel that comfort. You get that nice new lazy boy with the big old overstuffed pillows. You sit down in it and you feel like you're on a cloud and you want to go to sleep and you want to just lay there forever. But what happens is if you stay in that comfort zone, if you stay in that comfy couch for too long, let's say you were to sit there for 5 hours, would you be as comfortable in that couch? Would that feel as good as it did when you first got into it? No. Okay. Because comfort is good for short term. It's not good for the long term. If you're to stay in that lazy boy in that recliner for 2 weeks and not get up and stay in that comfort zone, where do you think that you would be? Would your back would be hurting? Other stuff in your body and in your life would start to suffer because that comfort in that darn couch is starting to creep to other spots in your body and really starting to eat away at you. And being in a mental comfort zone is no different. When we're in mental comfort zones and we're not stepping outside of our our comfort zone basically in what we're used to, then it starts to eat away at us. It eats at our confidence. Okay, that's one thing that I had a big comfort zone. I was in this big comfort zone about 3 years ago, and I'm an insanely positive guy, and I'm pretty darn confident. But I went through probably 6 months where I was insanely low confident about myself. Okay, I was not confident about myself about what I was going to be doing in business for some reason, even though I was still making a great income, insanely great income. I was not confident about my future. It was like the weirdest thing in the world. And it was all because I was in this comfort zone for too long because I wasn't doing anything big. I wasn't doing anything new. Okay. So if this is new to you, if this is big to you, to grab a hold of that confidence, to grab a hold of what's great about you, that your sellers, that your buyers will really love, because everyone on this call, guys, has traits within you that will resonate a ton with a motivated seller, with a cash buyer, with a private lender. Okay, it's just a matter of you realizing that these sellers, these private lenders, they just want to feel comfortable in you as a person. They want to trust you as a person, and then you just need to illustrate how you know how to actually help them. Okay, so you need to build comfort and trust for you first. Don't start throwing out at them, hey, I've done 5,000 deals and all this stuff. That does not come first. That doesn't build trust with them. That shows that you've done a lot of stuff. Build trust as a person with them first, as they get to know you more and they're investigating in you more. Then you educate them on how you are equipped with the knowledge and resources to help them. Okay. And like I said, the way you build that credibility is to tap your past experiences. If you've won awards, if you won awards in college, and it's something that could give you credibility, put it somewhere in the darn site if you don't have anything else to put there. Um, if like I said, go to your CPA, your real estate broker, all that stuff. Everyone on here should have a testimonial from a banker, from a real estate broker, from a CPA. Okay, just a character testimonial. I'm just going through questions here, guys. Yeah, I know you're under Herbert, but I can't remember. Was it Christina? I believe. Yeah. So Christina says, yes, credibility has been a big issue for a while. There are some great ideas here. And that's one of the first things, guys. Like I said, people think that credibility is the issue, but it's confidence that's the issue. And usually confidence is the issue because of comfort, okay? Because you've kept yourself in that comfort zone for so long that you feel that you can't go out of it and be successful. So if you eliminate the comfort zone and go out there and start doing things that help you be successful, one of the first things you can do to get you out of that comfort zone is to do what I've talked about today. Go to that list of people right here and start to talk to them. Get out of that comfort zone. Okay. Your next deal, do this. Okay. Every single person that you do a deal with, get out of that comfort zone and ask them for feedback. Ask them their experience. They tell you about it, and then you go, oh, would you mind writing that down on this paper? Because that's awesome feedback for me, and I'd love to share that with other people so I can help them, and so our business can help them as well. Would you mind us sharing that with people? And they're going to say, heck no, I'll write that down. Okay. So get out of that comfort zone, guys. If you get out of the comfort zone, you're going to gain confidence because you're going to see these people giving you great information, great testimonials. You're going to see these people saying, yeah, I've been working with you as a banker for a while, and I'll totally give you a testimonial for your character. You're a good person. That's going to give you confidence. When you get the confidence, now you're going to go out there and you're going to have credibility because you're going to have that stuff on your site. Your confidence is going to exude credibility. It's like this full circle thing. Blake, awesome, man. So Blake's saying that's how I feel right now. So has anything on this call up to this point actually triggered a mindset shift in your mind that you have already made and you're going to take action on this, or do you still kind of need to be pushed over the edge? um, and I'm only saying this because all of us get to those points. All of us, if there's something we need to improve on, we learn something, we're going, that's me. I identify with that. That is where I'm at. But then for some reason, a lot of us, myself included, it takes an extra push. It takes a full mental mindset shift to go from, I totally understand that, that's where I'm at, to, okay, I understand that's where I'm at and I don't want to be there. And here's what I'm doing today about it. So if that's what those if that's what anyone on this call has felt, if you have felt these things with the confidence, with the lack of credibility or perceived credibility, the best thing you can do for that, like I said, is take action. Go out there and start getting these things. That's going to gain confidence right away, and it's going to really help you out with that credibility. Christina, people also need to remember that each little success also gives some of that credibility and confidence. Exactly. Exactly. Awesome, guys. So I'll be on here for another 10 to 15 minutes if you guys have questions about Carrot. So does anyone have questions specifically about, okay, where do I put testimonials? I can show you guys how to put testimonials on the site if you want. I can show you, let's see. I'm not sure if Rob has success stories on this site or not because he's, yeah, so great example here, guys. So here's Rob's site. I'm just going to show you guys some examples, okay? Here's Rob's rent to own website, and he just has a success stories page, and that's one that we already had on our Carrot site. And one thing that he does have as well, which I like, is they are not shy to be who they are, and that's how everyone should be, right? So they have a button on their site called Faith Corner. So they just added a new page, and they don't have it up yet, but they're going to put a video up there that talks about what they're about at a core level. And so they're not hiding behind themselves at all. But right here, he is nailing the process with testimonials. Okay. Has the picture of them in front of the house, picture of them in front of the house, picture of them in the house, the testimonial, their name. And the testimonials are great, guys, because you don't want a testimonial that just says, Rob was awesome to work with. Okay. You want one that gives details, that gives specifics, that talks about the problems and struggles they had before they decided to work with you. Okay. So right here, there I was scouring the Craigslist housing ads, trying to get away from a really bad landlord, and I was avoiding listings for rent-to-own homes because I was sure there was no way I could afford one. So there's that skepticism popping up. Okay, and guys, in the Craigslist program, Cindy shows you ways in your headlines and in your ads to squash that skepticism immediately. Okay, because there's people all over Craigslist that are skeptical about it, and you have to squash that skepticism in your ads. The aftermath of a car accident several years ago was negatively affecting my credit, so I didn't think my application would be approved. But Rob and Chrissy's listing really caught my eye, and once I read their testimonials, guys, see this right here? This customer right here is putting in their testimonial. Once I read their testimonials, I felt comfortable enough to go and look at the house. So if you guys don't feel that what was on this call is worth the time and effort to invest a few hours into, a few days into, if you have to, this is worth it, because this one person found a Craigslist ad. He blasted through the skepticism through his ad. They went to the website. They immediately went to his testimonials and case studies. And because of that, they felt comfortable enough to go and look at the house. Okay. So if Rob would not have had testimonials on his website in the way that they are here, they would not have had this tenant. Okay. I don't know what Rob made on this, but I'm sure he probably took in a $5,000 or potentially more upfront fee, or whatever you want to call it, for the lease option. And now he's getting a monthly passive income from the lease option. And then he's going to make income on the sale. So this right here, because he has testimonials, this could have made him $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Okay. Hugely important, guys. This isn't fluff. This is at the core level. How do people work? Okay. And people want to work with people who they can trust. And there's a formula for building trust in person or online. Okay. And this formula is something that if you just stick with the formula that I talked about, and people come to your site and read this stuff, It works. And you can see this testimonial is the best example, because it's not just, hey, I worked with Rob, we love our house. They're walking through their mental process of where they were. Okay. She got in a wreck and her credit was bad. Didn't think her application was going to be approved. That's a huge one for rent to own. Most people don't think their application is going to be approved. If you have a testimonial on here that says, I didn't think my application was going to be approved, and then I saw the testimonials, I saw the house, and um, I met Rob, and I could tell that I had finally found a landlord with heart and integrity. I mean, look at this, guys. Who would not rent and work with Rob and Christy after reading the testimonials the way that these are? Newlyweds in their first, on their way to owning their first house. Why did you choose to do business with my company versus many competitors? Guys, this is an awesome question to ask people and have them write it down. Awesome question, Rob. Why did you choose to do business with my company versus many competitors? We found you and Christy wonderful to deal with, straightforward and honest. What's your overall feeling about my company? We feel fortunate to have had the opportunity to come across you. Describe in detail a specific experience with us that you're happy with. You both took the time to fully explain the process of the rent to own opportunity to us face to face, and you wanted us to ask any and all questions and feel comfortable before taking the plunge. Okay, guys, this is great stuff. Let me bounce over to, I'm not sure if Cindy, let's see what Cindy has in here. And I could show dozens and dozens and dozens of other sites. So Cindy has testimonials in here. She could really ramp up the credibility of the testimonials if she had pictures in there like Rob. So pictures, if she had full names if possible. The pictures alone would really ramp up the credibility of it. But you can see right here, Cindy and Tom are the real thing. I contacted them about buying my house. I was a little nervous at first, so this right here is a key. Okay, you want to put those emotions that those sellers had before they contacted you in the testimonials, because other sellers who are reading this have the same emotion. So I was a little nervous at first. That helped me so much. Cindy came to see my house, and I felt like I've known her forever. She bought my house and helped me solve some problems, and then found a house for me to buy. Awesome stuff, guys. Anyone have questions? Let's see. I'm just going through some of this stuff. Yeah, awesome question. So is it chemo or chemo? Let's take a look at it. So, and I'm sorry, I really can't tell. Let's see. 1 second here. Okay, cool.
How you doing, guys? This is Kamoy Martin.
Awesome, man. So yeah, I for sure would post that on your website. Okay. So here's a video testimonial he made, guys. Let's just watch this for a second.
We buy houses all over the DC and Maryland area, and today I have the wonderful pleasure of meeting with a seller that we've just done a transaction with, and we've helped them out after they came to us because they wanted to sell a property. So Tony, if you could just tell our viewers, how was your experience working with us? You know, pretty much how you found us and how long it took, and how did it work in your favor?
I got an ad, one of your ads. I called you up, you came by, and from there everything went sweet. It was, you told us how it was going to work, and it worked, and it worked on time.
Nice.
With no problems and nothing like that.
Nice, nice.
And plus, you guys are very helpful too. So.
Nice, nice. So about how long did everything take?
Probably 10 to 12 days, maybe 14.
Nice.
Counting the weekends.
Right, right.
So it was basically what you said, 2 weeks.
Right.
So, yeah, I was very pleased.
Awesome, awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. You know, it's really simple. You can contact us at www.buymyhouse123.com, or you can call us at 443-687.
Awesome. So that's a great video, man. Really good video. So I would put it on there for sure. I mean, you could put it in the sidebar here, and that might be a good spot for it. You could put it. Let's see. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even put it. This is something worth testing, actually. And dude, hey, if you're getting traffic, if you're getting enough traffic to your site, and we can work with you on this, we will do a split test for you. Okay, we'll do it for you for free. So if you're getting enough traffic to your site, and to do it, we need at least probably, at least 10 to 15 visits a week, minimum. Ideally more, because the more the better and faster we're gonna be able to test and see what's working. But if you want to, man, email me directly, and we can look and see what kind of traffic you're getting. My email address is right here. And guys, like I said, my assistant, Jen, had a baby a couple weeks ago, and she usually helps me with my email account. So if any of you have emailed me in the last week, and I know some of you have, I'm way behind on my emails, and that's why I have not had a chance to get those Craigslist ads back to people. So we're gonna do them tomorrow after the call. That's my problem. I sometimes I get too ambitious with offering stuff out, and then I actually have to implement it. And with Jen gone on maternity leave, I've been struggling in my email account. I don't know what I would do without an assistant to help me manage my time. um, okay, so let's see. Mark says, when I sign onto my account and type in the oncarrot.com/P2P, it brings me back to the My Sites webpage and doesn't give me an option for the course. Let me try it out because we haven't had issues with it. So let me check it out really quick. Yeah. I mean, so let me look it up, Mark. I'm gonna look up your. If you don't mind. Yeah. What we'll do, Mark, is we'll shoot you an email actually. Because it'll be simpler there because some members don't have will not have access to that right now. So we'll need to do something. We'll need to turn something on. If you're what we call a managed user, so if you came from, let's say, David Corbally or Joe McCall or something like that, then we'll need to do it on our end because your credit card isn't on file. But actually, Chris on my team is here on the call, so let me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the issue, Mark. So you can totally still get it. And Chris, yes, he is a David Corbally managed user. So what we need to do, Mark, is we need to get your credit card on file, basically, and then that page will work for you. And we'll make it happen. So we'll email you directly, Mark. Can you shoot back to me the best email address to get you at? I know that we have it on file, but sometimes the address we have on file isn't the quickest one for people to get a hold of. So send me back your email address, and we'll connect with you, and we'll get that done today. Okay, cool. So we'll just use the email. We'll use the email under that username. Awesome. So I'm just writing this down really quick. Cool. Cool. Alrighty, guys. Let's see. So Christina said she was able to sign up last night. Not last night, but on the replay of the Mastermind. Awesome. Yeah, for sure, Mark. Yeah, so chemo, is it chemo or chemo? I'm sorry, but dude, that was a great testimonial. So one thing that I would update and improve on your next one. Oh, Kamoy. Okay, cool. It cut off the Y in your name on this thing. So one thing that I would do next time is to really make the testimonial powerful. So you walked through some awesome stuff in the testimonial. You walked through, where they found you, how fast the process was, stuff like that, which is great. Those are two elements that really do help build credibility. But on the next one, ask some other questions, kind of like the ones that Rob asked right here. Um, let's see, why did you choose to do business with us over the other competitors? Because there's a lot of options for house buyers, and that's going to get at the root of why they chose you, why they felt you were more credible. Okay, great question to ask that. So what's the overall feeling, of course. um, this is a good question. Describe in detail a specific experience with us you were happy with. Some other stuff that I would do is I would kind of dig into their problem a little bit more if they're willing to share it on the video. Okay, so uh, you could ask the guy, okay, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of start from the start. Why did you guys need to sell your house? What was your situation? What struggles were you going through that really forced you to need to sell a house? If they're willing to share that stuff, that's really going to be great stuff and really helping the person watching this testimonial identify with them, that they had a struggle. Their struggle might have been similar to theirs, and then they were able to contact you to solve that struggle. Because the reason people are contacting you to have you buy the house isn't so you can buy the house. It's so you can take this problem, this frustration, and this struggle off of their hands. Okay. So that's what these sellers see those houses as. It's not a house to them. It's a problem, frustration, and a struggle. And that's the mental emotion they have. The house is just the physical thing that emotion is attached to. So in your videos and in your testimonials, try to get at that emotion. Okay, try to get at the emotion that caused them to need to sell their house fast. And then at the end of it, tie it all in a nice bow and say, so now that you're able to sell your house, how does it feel? How does it feel now that you're able to sell your house and get it done quickly in an honest, ethical way, and you're able to get the price you're wanting? They're going to tell you how great it feels to be done with that, how great it feels to work with you and have that process. And that would make it so darn powerful, man. Crazy, crazy powerful. So start with the emotion, wrap it up with the emotion. In between is kind of the mechanics. Okay. That's going to make it crazy powerful. But yeah, I would totally test putting this on your homepage for sure, or put it on your testimonials page. Okay. And if you wanted to, like I said, if you're getting enough traffic to your site, at least 10 to 15 visits a week, what we'll do is we'll take your video and we will run a split test for you where we'll test one version of the page that is your current page and one version of the page where the video is right here with the call to action below it. All right. Just let me know. Email us at support@InvestorCarrot.com. Let them know that you talked to me. And if you're getting enough traffic, we'll go ahead and set that up for you this week. Well, cool, guys. If there's no other questions, awesome call. I appreciate the you guys hanging on here, and yeah, just go out there and break. For those of you who had or have that mindset block that's holding you back from making progress in the business, if credibility is the issue, go through what we taught today. Okay, this replay will be up by tomorrow. These slides will be up, so you can go back and look through them, and make it a goal by the end of the week to get one testimonial. Okay, make it a goal by the end of next week to get 3 extra testimonials. Okay, and then get them on your site within the next few days after that. So within 2 weeks, make it a goal to get 4 to 5 solid testimonials, and get them up on your site within that 2 weeks. Okay, or set whatever goal you can. 2 testimonials within a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is. Set a goal, go do it. Get out of that comfort zone. Getting out of the comfort zone and seeing some success with people saying nice things about you is going to give you more confidence. More confidence means more credibility, and it means you're going to go out there and kick some butt. And for those of you who did jump on the Craigslist training, like I said, let me hop back over here. So log into your Carrot account, go to oncarrot.com/P2P, and we are shutting down this pre-release tonight at midnight. It's not going to reopen because we are doing the call tomorrow, and we're going to send out the email with the link to register for tomorrow morning's call with Cindy and I today after this call. So ideally sign up now, and then you're going to get the email here in about 30 to 45 minutes. Otherwise, if you sign up at midnight tonight, you're not going to get the email about the webinar registration until probably an hour or two before that call. Okay, so this way it gives you some time to plan. And like I said, when you sign up now, don't expect to get access to the course right now because it's not available. We're still formatting the training area and getting some stuff up there. But tomorrow on the call, we're going to give you that jump start. We're going to walk you through how to get your first ads rolling. And then we're going to release the call toward the end of this week, or the rest of the training toward the end of this week. Then over the next 3 months, we're going to be getting more ads from more customers who are seeing successes. We'd love for you to share your ads that you've written that are seeing success. Just kind of share the wealth. And then we're going to be raising the price in the next 2 to 3 months to where it's going to be $99 a year for sure. For future people, you're going to be locked in just this one-time $99 price. Yeah, for sure, Blake. Dude, and that's what life's about. So a lot of people. So Blake says, "Thanks for the motivation." And guys, that's one thing about Carrot. That's one thing about what we're about. That's one thing about life in general, is that you can have all the tactics, you can have all the education in the world, but if you do not have the mindset, if you don't have that mindset that's going to drive you through and blast through those roadblocks that we all put in front of ourselves mentally and make stuff happen, then all the tactics in the world that we teach won't help. So that's why I'm always talking about mindset. That's why 2 of our mastermind calls this year were about different mindset topics. Okay, and we're going to do another one next month about mindset, a specific part of mindset. So Blake, I mean, if I helped you to blast through some of those roadblocks, man, that makes my week. Seriously. Yeah, thanks, Jeanette. I appreciate the words big time. Yep. Yeah, Christina. So connect with us on support. And what we'll probably do is we'll set you up with an appointment with Aaron, or it might be myself. Um, so let's do it. Yeah, it can happen tomorrow. If it's tomorrow, it's probably going to be with Aaron. And actually, Friday, guys, we're going to post this on the website. But Friday, our support is going to be closed from about 11 o'clock on, because the whole Carrot team is getting together here in the Roseburg office, and the entire Carrot team is, and we're going to be taking half of that day off and basically doing some team building stuff. So we're going to go out and have some fun, do some team building stuff, so we can come back energized and help you guys even more. Have a barbecue at my house. So yeah, Christina, Friday won't work, so it'll either have to be Thursday this week or next week. And just email us at support@oncarrot.com. We'll get you set up. Awesome, Blake. I'm glad I could help, man. Stuart asking, can we make 3 payments for the P2P? Not right now, man. It's just not something we're set up for. We'd have to spend probably 20 or 30 minutes setting up a special page for it and all that. And honestly, I mean, the course is $100 already. That's way undervalued from what it should be if you were to implement it. So yeah, kind of my advice there is, and we get this on a fairly consistent basis, and it's not a knock on you, man, because I do the same thing. I want stuff at the best price I can be. If I don't have the money to pay for it right then, which I'm fortunate enough to, at this point in life, not be in that position. But back when I was diving into learning stuff, I didn't have money to pay for stuff, and if I could get a multi payment plan, like, I loved it. But um, we just kind of set a company policy that yeah, I mean, we just don't break stuff up into payments more than they already are, because we kind of set the payments to be what they are. We set them to be fair. We're insanely flexible on stuff, but in general, we just can't break up the payments of the lower price stuff like that. But we love you aboard, man. So if it's something that you can't hack right now, awesome. Okay, this course is not going away. It's only going to get better. And I can promise you, if you buy in a month, the price is not going to go up for you. Okay. So the only thing is you'll just miss out on these bonuses that are happening here, but the rest of the course is going to be there, and that's the core part of what makes this course work. So yeah, man, I'm just save it for $99, dive into it in 3 weeks or whatever when you're ready, or if you can hack it now, I dive into it now. But one bit of advice that I kind of had to learn the hard way initially was that I only so, so I prescribe to the notion of what's called just-in-time learning now. Back in the day, I did just-in-case learning, and when I got started, yeah, thanks, Blake. Have an awesome day, man. When I first got started, I was trying to learn anything and everything in case I would need it someday, and and I would go learn this, and I would go learn that, and I would go learn that, because it's all stuff that was part of the real estate process, or it was part of the marketing process, or the software development process. And I was trying to learn it all up front, and I was paying for courses and all this stuff. And what I would do is I would buy this stuff, and it'd be kind of cool, and I would learn it, but I would never be making any progress because I was always learning stuff. And I was learning stuff just in case I would ever need it. So I wasn't taking real action. But then I shifted the way I learned to just in time learning. So looking at, okay, what is the very next thing that I need in my life or in my business to get to that goal that I've set? Not 2 things ahead, not 4 things ahead. What's the very next thing? And I only go buy the course, or I only go Google and learn that thing if that's the exact thing that I need at this moment right now to get me closer to where I am. And for some people buying the Craigslist course, I'm sure that some people are buying it just in case they might need it, but they should be doing something else right now to get them to the point to where they can actually implement the Craigslist training. So building up the credibility on their website, you know, learning how to learning how to negotiate with sellers. Start learning that a little bit as well. Um, so when you do get a seller lead, that you can negotiate with them immediately and take advantage of that lead. So yeah, I mean, if Stuart, if the Craigslist is what you need at this point right now to start rocking it, awesome. Dive in. That's gonna be $99 well spent for sure. Okay, one more question, guys. Ken, good question, man. So off the subject, do you think it matters if I use the same logo for my seller site as my cash buyer site, or does it matter? Um, I don't think it matters, Ken. I guess what's your logo? What's your website? Shoot through your domain here, and I'll dive over to your website. So my initial gut reaction is no, but if your logo is "We Buy Houses," whatever or whatever it is, if your logo indicates it's about house buying, then it probably shouldn't be the exact same one that's on your seller site or your cash buyer site. I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah, if your logo is just about your company name or whatever, then there's no reason it can't be. So let me go look at it really quick. Here's one issue, Ken. So it looks like you didn't complete the process fully on your domain name. Let me just make sure. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What's what is your domain name again? Because it looks like whatever you sent me through is the what I just put in there. Ken took me to an error page. So was there a typo in the URL you sent me? Kirby, for sure, man. So Kirby says, many thanks for your meaningful training and confidence and credibility. Have an awesome week. Thank you. You too. Anyway, Ken, yeah, I mean, if you can blast through your actual domain name, I'll check it out. But yeah, my gut reaction is no. It does not have to be different unless your logo is so cued in on that specific topic. Okay, so if you have a logo on your cash buyer site and it is Portland investment properties, um, that's the name that's on your logo. Of course, you're not going to put that on your motivated seller site, but okay, okay, cool. Cortez, man, I'm glad you spoke up. So Cortez says this is epic in capital letters. I thank Sharon, so Sharon Vornholt, who's on the call, for bringing me in. This is so big in exclamation points or capital letters. Awesome to have you aboard. Awesome to have you aboard. And that's something that stuff right there, guys, excites me more than anything. When people are excited to be in our system and to be on these calls and people interact and people engage and people want to improve their lives and people want to improve their businesses, those are the people that jazz me up the most. When you use the opportunity to use the assets at your hand, one of these assets is these mastermind calls to improve your life and business. Okay. Because there's so many people, so many Carrot members who do not show up to these calls. And a lot of them maybe don't need it. Okay. They're just crushing it. They're doing what they do. But there's a lot of people who do need these calls and they're not showing up because they're out there doing all kinds of just in time learning. And they might not have the time to learn this kind of stuff, right? So here's the website, Ken. So we buy houses in any condition, any situation. So MSP, home buyers. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why that you couldn't use this on your cash buyer site as well. But what I would do, Ken, is I would change the tagline for your cash buyers. Okay, so maybe keep the same logo, and then make it we buy houses and offer great investment properties in the Portland area or whatever. So Twin Cities, we buy houses, then offer great investment opportunities to Twin City investors or something like that. Okay, just change the tagline on the cash buyer site so it's a little bit different. I think I would keep it there. Awesome. I'm going to give you a little Facebook like there. Give you a little Google Plus like. Cool. All right, guys, I think that's it. So I appreciate everyone hanging on here. I appreciate everyone for being a Carrot member and being a part of our community. And none of what we're doing could be done without you guys, without your feedback, without you guys showing up on these mastermind calls week in, week out, and without you guys telling other people about Carrot. Sharon, I know you're on here and you've shared Carrot with a lot of people, and I know you're going to share it with a lot more people. There's a lot of other people on this call who are sharing Carrot with a lot of people as well. So if you enjoy Carrot, if you enjoy what it is that we're doing, if you enjoy the value that you're getting here on these calls, spread the word, guys. Go to your local real estate investor association. Let people know about this resource. Let them know about the mastermind calls that you hop on here every single week. Um, and if you guys want to, you guys can join as an affiliate. You guys can earn income for doing that. Okay, we have people who we're writing checks to for $100 a month, $500 a month. I wrote an affiliate check about a month ago for almost $1,000. Someone just earning passive income by referring people to our system in a massive way. Okay, so we love and appreciate any referrals people can send our way, and that's the way that we're growing our business mainly, guys. Is not with affiliates right now. Only about 15% of our customers are attached to an affiliate. The rest are coming from people who show up at these calls and engage and love our system and just are telling everyone about it. Okay. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for hopping on. This recording will be up tomorrow. And like I said, please remember a live chat and email support will not be up from about 11 a.m. Pacific time Friday through the end of the day. It'll be back Monday. If you need anything urgent, we will be checking it over the weekend probably. If there's any urgent ones, we'll hop in there. But thank you guys. Have an awesome rest of the week, and I hope you enjoyed today's call.